guys, so I am starting another one-nighter. This time I am in the Ocala National Forest. I parked at I think it's mile 426, a little parking area on State Road 19, and I'm planning to head north pretty much just as long as I can until dark or until I get tired. There are several options for camping going this direction at different points, so just kind of see how it goes. I got a late start today. I wanted to be here by 10, but crazy morning. I got here and started at 12 a few minutes ago, so we'll see. But it's kind of cool to be back in Ocala. I don't come here as often. It's a little bit of a drive for me, but I'm looking forward to being somewhere different, so here we go. It's a really beautiful day to be out here. The high today is 68 and the low tonight is 39. So that's pretty perfect. So far I am really enjoying the trail today. The weather's perfect. This section of trail is just very broad and well maintained, kind of coasty, beautiful. So far it's been pretty varied, and I've seen other backpackers, which is always kind of cool, kind of a nice treat. You know, you kind of feel this instant community because you're out here doing the same thing. You've been researching the same things, you have the same goal, same struggles. So it's cool to see other backpackers, and it is backpacking season in Florida. So anyway, yeah, just enjoying the day. sandhill cranes make the craziest sound. Nice. Well, I found water by the little random camp spot here. Oh, these birds keep scaring me. Anyway, it doesn't look great, but it'll work. It's actually better than the last one. So I made it to camp. There's even a chair back there. So yeah, looks good. The cuff of my puffy, adjusting my stove heat. Ugh. Got my bear bag hung. I hope that's good enough. Good morning. All right, so I'm sitting outside my tent. I'm about to set up our takedown camp and make breakfast and coffee. Just thought I'd talk about real quick some new gear. The biggest thing is I got a new sleeping pad. That red thing back there, that's a Climate Static V Luxe insulated. Now, you gram snobs, don't hate on me, okay? It's 2 pounds, 2 pounds even, 32 ounces. I just haven't had a single good night of sleep on my Thermarest Neo Air X Lite wide. It's 25 inches, but still my arms, fall off the sides. I can't have my arms by my side. I just also found it to just generally not be a comfortable pad, even though it's nice and thick. And I don't know, y'all, I just need to sleep. So I thought I'd try something new. I finally broke down and stopped trying to just get used to the Thermarest. And so I bought the Luxe Static V from Climate, and last night was better. It's huge. I can spread out my legs. I can have my arms by my side. I can turn on my side, and my knees and my heels are both, completely on the pad. So it's a lot of weight to take on, but I think it would be a lot better for sleeping. So I'll weigh that out. I mean, I still have both pads and I can decide before my thru hike, but I'm leaning towards trying to make the weight with the Static V Luxe work. Last night I didn't sleep with my Thermarest compressible pillow. I slept with the Aeros ultralight pillow with a t-shirt, like kind of hoping it stay on the pad. And really it was okay. So I'm thinking that pillow or a, similar ultralight inflatable pillow along with this new sleeping pad might be okay. And I would save, 6 to 7 ounces by switching to that instead of the compressible pillow. And I'm thinking about tossing my gimbal for my thru hike as well. It's £1, and maybe I could go to like a cheaper, or not a cheaper, but a more lightweight tripod instead. I really don't use it that much as a gimbal. I use it a lot more as a tripod. It's just hard to set up and use while I'm hiking as a gimbal. It's easier just to kind of pull out my phone and get the shot and then put my phone back in my pocket. So that's another way that I could kind of help offset the added weight of my new sleeping pad. And there's some other things I'm thinking about, but anyway, the next biggest change I made was getting a new sit pad, which is a small thing, but I had that little Z-Packs foam sit pad that was like not really quite as big as my butt, and which I have a big butt, but anyway, I got instead the Gossamer Gear Thin Light 1/8 inch pad, and really the reason for that is just that it's a little bit more versatile. It's it's long and wide, and it's very light. It folds up still and fits in the front pocket of my pack, but I could roll it out and take a nap on it in the middle of the day. I could like I'm doing now, just kind of sit on it and have plenty of room, you know. I can put it under my pad at night for added insulation, or last week when I was really cold, I put it or like around my feet to kind of keep my feet more warm. So I just think, you know, it's about the same weight, but it's a little bit more versatile. Like at night, I stretch on it. I roll my feet out on it. I lay my gear out on it. It's just kind of a nice, versatile piece of gear. So I switched to that. And the other stuff is really just small stuff. I got a smart wool balaclava that I've been sleeping in with the temperatures being a little bit colder. And I like that. I like my ears and the side of my face and even my nose and mouth if I want to be covered with that and warm. I pretty much decided to stick with my Crocs as camp shoes. I just don't think it gets much more practical than Crocs, and really it's hard to find something lighter than Crocs. They're a little bulky in the pack, but I can hang them on the outside of the pack. I mean, I just think it's worth it. I think they're a super practical camp shoe. I've got a Rology ball. You know, I mentioned rolling out my feet at night. So yeah, I love this thing. It feels so good on your feet. I use it at home too, but you know, it weighs nothing, and I just kind of threw it in my ditty bag, and now it's a part of my kit. I started carrying Tiger Balm, which is something my sister turned me on to when we were on Cumberland Island. Man, that stuff is pretty magical. I tend to have a lot of like tension and pain in my shoulders, like the longer I hike, just from the weight of the pack. And that really helps soothe that, you know, on a break, you put that on and you feel pretty good for a little while. So yeah, I think that's it as far as gear changes. A few things. I'm, you know, doing a lot of little hikes like this so I can kind of get my system down and figure out what I really like and what I care about when I'm backpacking. And hopefully I'll have a good kit together by the time I leave on my thru hike. So that's pretty much it on gear changes. It is just so pretty out here this morning. I mean, it's just so lovely and still and quiet and beautiful. Looks like some kind of tree muxter arms. So something I was thinking about is that I think the other physical challenges of backpacking are actually harder than the hiking. So it's just having nowhere to sit, nowhere to rest your back except for the ground or a tree. So you're constantly going up and down from the ground instead of a chair. And everything you're working on, you have to stoop and reach and all of that. If you're washing the dishes, if you're brushing your teeth, if you're just picking something up, you know, the only place you had to put it was the ground or maybe a log. So you're just constantly, you know, reaching and going up and down physically from the ground, in and out of your tent, to take a break, blah, blah, blah. Using the bathroom, you don't sit, you know, you have to squat. And so all of that's like physically challenging as well. It's not just the hiking, and I think it kind of adds up. I almost think that's sort of what contributes to you just being kind of sore and achy, at least right now, because I'm not super used to it. Of course, I'm heavier. All of that stuff is pretty hard. I'd rather just hike. That's the easy part in a way. But I think a change of perspective will take place eventually, and it'll become easier to reach and grab and stoop and get up and down from the ground, and also just feel more natural. So anyway, just a thought, something I don't think I really considered much before I actually started doing it. So I just passed Farrell's Prairie Recreation Area again, and that's where I was going to filter water from the hand pump, but the hand pump was missing the handle. It looks like vandals took it. But there was this guy, Dean, there with his dog, Bear, and the dog was playing in the water and stuff. I went down to the boat ramp to filter, and Dean was like, oh, do you want some clean water? I've got a 6-gallon tank. So he let me get a couple liters of water from his clean water tank on his truck. I talked to him for a few minutes and petted his dog, and anyway, so that was really cool. Kind of my first experience with trail magic.